Adrian, I like your thinking, but I'm disappointed. Today, we're talking about why I'm not LS swapping my Camaro. Yet. You see, the LS motor is the perfect motor. It's efficient, it's powerful, and it's cheap. So, why am I not going with that option? My entire comment section is telling me to LS swap it, or throw a big block in it. Here is my reasoning. My Camaro is 100% stock. 10-inch discs in the front, drums in the rear, along with a non-world class T5. That, combined with a completely stock suspension setup, is going to equal disaster if you put a 500 horsepower LS motor in there. What am I going to do? I'm going to look for an L31 Vortec motor. These came out of late 90s Chevy pickup trucks making around 250 horsepower. You throw a cam at it, let's just call it 375. Considering my goal is to keep up with more modern sports cars like the S197 Mustang GT or a 370Z, with this car weighing 3,200 pounds, that's going to put us in a really good spot. Now, keep in mind, I'm not just going to throw a 350 in this car and run with it. I want to do it right, or as right as I could with a budget. I already picked up a set of Corvette wagon wheels for $120 off Marketplace, and even though they are the ugly Corvette rims, they're going to be a decent substitute until I can get the wheels that I wanted. Also, the non-world class T5 is not up to that 375 horsepower. Seriously, that whole situation is going to be like you going after that super hot goth chick in high school. That 350 is going to break that transmission just like how that goth chick was going to break your That's going to bring us to my point. If you want to make horsepower, you're going to have to put a decent amount of money into your car. If your car came with a small block from the factory, maybe it's worth seeing what a small block can do. Because pretty much every small block with a set of heads and a cam is going to make 300 horsepower. And you could do all that for anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000. But the second we start talking about LS motors, things can get out of hand really quickly. Now, you can be basic and just grab a 5.3 with a 4L60 and run it with a stock ECU. That is perfectly okay. Just throw a cam at it and go. If you want to be a real man and shift your own goddamn gears, you know what? You're going to have to grab an NV3500 or a T56. And remember, you're going to have to run different mounts. You're going to have to figure out all the electrical wiring. You're not running a stock engine in a car, so you're going to have to do some modifications somewhere. It's one thing if you're throwing this drivetrain in a Fox or a Camaro because people have done it before, there's swap parts, it's easy. But in my opinion, it's not really worth going that route unless you're trying to make over 500 horsepower with a car. And then you still have to make the rest of the car capable of handling that. So in my situation where I want to make 350 to 400 horsepower, an LS in my opinion is not going to be worth it. My Camaro is a daily driver. I'm just going to take it road tripping, autocrossing, and occasionally down the highway at Mach Jesus. So for me, a 350 and a couple little modifications is going to be all this car needs. If I need more horsepower down the line, you know what? An LS motor is going to be a really good option. But I will say, there are a couple exceptions. If you have something like a Ford Ranger or a 240Z that needs a lot more horsepower, then yes, an LS is probably going to be the best option. You're already doing an engine swap, and you're already going with something that's not OEM, why don't you go with something that is already well known? That's the situation where you need an LS motor. Because it's cheap, it's dependable, and you're already going to be spending the money anyway, so why don't you do it right the first time? Anyways, what's your thoughts on an LS swap? Do you think people should stick with a stock motor and try to build that, or do you think they should just go with an LS swap right off the bat? Leave your opinions down in the comments below. But with that being said, this is my 83 Camaro, you're watching the Red Truck YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will see you in the next video.